right? Showing you once again we out here, same spot, across from our old spot. Where they at though? Nowhere to be found.
Alright, Shalom. Alright, with the Hebrew Israelites coming week in and week out to prophesy the downfall and destruction of America, Babylon the Great. Tell you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that you're the biblical Israelites. It's time for you to repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. We're going to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash.
double honor for the prophet, the great millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Right, so we out here another week, through the grace and mercy of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, to preach and prophesy the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and the downfall of this God-forsaken kingdom, man, this wicked place known as America, man. Okay, and within doing that, as we see, as time go on, as we see people walking past things like that. Let me get a quick scripture real quick. Let's go to the book of 1 Corinthians. I get it, brother. Sorry. 1 Corinthians 4, verse 9, it says, "For I think that the Most High have set up for us the apostles last, as it were approved to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to the angels, and to men." You see, but we've been a spectacle to the world, man. A lot of people drive past, they walk past, and they wonder, what the hell are those guys doing, man? See, what are those guys speaking about, right? Just like as we seen somebody at a stoplight, basically looking and trying to inquire of what we were doing or what we about, you see. But a lot of these people be afraid, they be scared to ask, because a lot of them already know what we about, man. They already know we talk about death, destruction, the famine, everything. Hey, we talk about what the scriptures, can you give me Ezekiel 3? We talk about Lamentations, mourning, and woe, which is written all over these scriptures, man. Right? That's Ezekiel 3 and about 3. Oh, is it? Or is it? It's 2. I think it's 2. Might be 2, bro. Might be like 2 and 11 or 2 verse 13. Right? But a lot of people don't want to inquire about us because they already know what we're speaking of, man. They know we speaking prophecy. They might not know it as prophecy, but they know we speak things where they say things that are harsh, okay? Yeah. Things that they don't want to have to hear or deal with, which is reality, man. Right. For them to what? Repent, to change their ways, turn back into Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? Stop eating different unlawful foods that they have been eating for years. Stop living in these unlawful or living in these abominable customs, heathen customs, so to speak, right? So when we bring out this message, we're really rebuking, reproving, and trying to instruct them in the way of righteousness, man. And they don't want to hear it. Go ahead, bro.
Right. This is Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 10. "And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without, and there was written therein lamentations, mourning, and woe."
That's right. So that little book, man, it represents the scriptures, man. Okay, and it's written without and within, man, all through it. Lamentation, mourning, and woe, man. Okay, so contrary to popular belief, okay, the good book, yeah, it's a good book for the Israelites, for the elect of Israel, and for everybody else, it's pure lamentation, mourning, and woe. Even the elect gonna go through tribulation and be tried in the fire, okay, and come out gold, all right. So it ain't some sissy pissy book, all right.
Hey, it's a book of balance and equity, man. Right? Does not the scripture say the Lord is a false balance is abomination unto the Most High?
Yeah. The Most High said, "Are not my ways equal, or not your ways unequal?"
Right.
Okay, the Most High is righteous in all His judgments, is what the scriptures say. So when death and destruction come upon you, or whoever it comes upon, it was a righteous judgment. Okay? We all deserve death, but only the elect will be justified. That's the Lord's decision. Go ahead.
We got another scripture, right? Because we just read Lamentations, mourning, and woe. This is Jeremiah chapter 28 and verse 8. "And the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and evil and pestilence. Right, so war, evil, and pestilence, man. That's what we're out here to tell people, man. They want to come up here and hear this smooth, doctrine teaching. They want to hear things that sound good to them, right? Well, hey, what's coming? These prophecies are not good, man. Well, some of them are good, but then you got prophecies where lots of pain and torment is about to come upon you, man. Right? That's part of the Most High judgment.
Got you on that, bro. Got you, bro. Precept Isaiah 30 I'll start at verse 8. Now go write it before them in a table and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever. That this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits.
Right? Hey, there you go. Prophesy not unto us right things, right? Don't tell us we can't eat pork, right? Don't tell us we can't, commit adultery, right? Go according to our flesh, to our heart, do whatever we want to do. No, we want to do whatever we want to do. Forget about what the Most High said.
Say that too. Right. Don't tell us about the end times. We don't want to hear about the destruction. Hey, just like back in the day, what were they telling Jeremiah? You don't tell us that the Nebuchadnezzar and them was going to besiege our land and take us down, and now they're going to drag us away into captivity. Don't tell us these things.
Right.
You know what? The hell with you, Jeremiah. That's how they. The hell with you, Jeremiah. You know what? We might as well put his ass to death.
Right. Hey, and what else? What else they did? They said, because there was burning cakes. We got Easter's about to be coming up, right? Which is the worship of Ishtar.
Right.
Right. You know what they said to Jeremiah? They said, as for what you said about the Lord, we don't care. We're gonna do everything that's in our mind to do. We're gonna make cakes and pour out drink offerings into the Queen of Heaven. Right. So Jake is still in that same spirit.
Precept. John 3 verse 19. And this is the condemnation, that light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil.
Right. So hey, our people like darkness, man. Right. They enjoy it because hey, it's all around you, man, and it's easy and comfortable to be wicked here, man. Right. Now the scriptures say, hey, the Lord's laws are not grievous, right? They're not that big of a burden, but it's hard to keep all the laws here in this wicked society, right? Esau makes it easy to be wicked, man, because he pushes this vibration everywhere, you know.
And when you think you know better, and you get that pride demon on you, can't nobody tell you nothing. Brothers have had to fight that off. Where somebody trying to tell you something and you can't really receive it right then. And start welling up inside you. You want to say something back. Well, I think this. You know what I'm saying? And you just kind of gotta swallow your tongue type of shit. Yeah, how much more of these people that don't have no moral compass, man? You know what I'm saying? They just, oh man, fuck y'all. You know what I mean? Yep. I ain't trying to hear that. What you mean I ain't doing the right thing? Man, fuck out of here, man. Hey, stand not near to me. I'm holier than thou, man. I'm do what I want to do. Like the scripture say.
Precept. 1 John 2 verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world.
Right. That's how this whole kingdom is set up, man. The lust of the eyes, lust of the flesh, right? And Esau gets you with the TV, or as some people call it, the idiot box, right? He pushes out different commercials to get you to buy certain products, right? But also to push certain philosophies into you subliminally, man. Right?
And lust, when you go into the word lust, the word lust is not a wicked word. Because lust is really just going into the word desire, man. And it could be a strong desire. Now, there is a righteous lust, and then there's a wicked lust, you see? So you have to know the difference between the two. And a lot of people throw that lust word around like it's the word that's wicked. No, it's the actions behind the word which makes a person wicked. But it's the lust that we need to speak about. It's the unrighteous lust. Example, King David had what? Unrighteous lust towards Bathsheba. he really desired that woman, even though it was unlawful for him to have that woman. So that would be an example of, you know, a wicked lust. See?
Right? 'Cause, hey, there's two sides. There's two sides to the coin, man. Right? You got like I was talking about earlier, man, with these different stones. You know, you can use the stones for righteousness, right? To you know, basically help you put your vibration in to make your vibration positive, right? Or to cleanse the area that you're in, you know, amongst other things. Or you can use it for wickedness. Like you got different witches and warlocks that use different herbs and potions, right? Esau does it with his pharmaceuticals, man. He still uses the herbs, but he puts a whole bunch of poison in there too, right? They use these different stones for wickedness. So, hey, likewise, you know, there's a righteous lust and there's a wicked lust.
And it all goes back to energies too. You know, you can house righteous energies, or you can house wicked energies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It just depends on what you're dabbling into.
Right, and the reason why I made that statement, because as the brother was using, speaking about Esau's witchcraft, right? He pushes forth the different, you know, wicked desires that people already, you know, that they may already like or getting into, or push it to the point where people would they'll just fall into the snare of it. Like, you know what? Maybe I should try this. Maybe that is a good idea. You know, when they continue to push it on and on and on.
It's that, you know, it's that repetition, man.
Yep.
And that gradualism, because he never goes full force, you know, with the wickedness. He does it little by little until you accept it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Over the years, man, things have just gotten incrementally more and more gay. You know, but he did it in such a way that people, you didn't realize until it was here.
Yep.
And it was like, damn, what the fuck happened?
Like a bomb went off.
Yeah. Then you look back and it's like, damn, he did do that. He did make our comedians wear a dress.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Little by little, till it became a lot of people doing it, and then next thing you know, full blown whole series, one deal.
Yeah, but he did it in a and see, this is how we tell you how, like the brother said, subtle, how crafty Esau is, bro. He used it in an entertainment, as an entertainment purpose.
Yeah.
Where our people, Jake thought the shit was funny at first.
Yeah.
They thought it was funny, but now look where it has led, bro. But it just shows you that, like your brother used the word gradualism, right? Or how he did it gradually, right? To push that vibration out there. So now it's normal now.
It's the normal.
It's the norm.
Yep. Your turning of things upside down shall be as things at the potter's clay. You know, now it's like, oh, how can you dare, you know, how can you speak against love? That's just love. You know, like God ordained that, like the Most High ordained that or something.
Right.
Wickedness.
So 1 John 2 verse 15, I'm going to get back to the precepts to back up everything we had. 1 John 2 verse 15, again, it says, love not the world. Brother, can you get James 4 and 4, Brother Kashar? It's a precept. 1 John 2 verse 15, it says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. Any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world is the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. It is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passeth away, and the just, Salakia, and the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever.
You ready for that precept?
So you, bro. Right?
James 4 verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High?
All right, so if you have a friendship of the world, if you're partaking in this world, and you're just, you're indulged in it and you're loving it, right? Because a person like this, they're not 1 Corinthians 7 and 31.
I don't know if that's but what comes to mind is where your heart is, there will your treasure be.
Yeah, that too.
No?
That too. In fact,
If you love the world, then that's, if you love the world, then that's where your treasure's gonna be, man.
Yep. 1 Corinthians 7, verse 31, it says, and they that use this world, 1 Corinthians 7, verse 31, it says what? And they that use this world is not abusing it, For the fashion of this world passeth away. You see, so we got to be in the world. We got to do different daily things of the world, but we're using the world. We're not abusing the world.
Yeah.
You see, so we don't love the world. People would say, "Oh, well, y'all in the world. Y'all got to do this. Y'all got to do that." Of course we do. You see, I mean, what you think? The disciples was in the world. Yahushua was in the world, but they didn't move in the spirit as the world. They didn't follow the multitude to do evil.
Right. And that's what I was gonna say too, because Christians like to have this little saying, "Be in the world, but not of it." You know, but the men of the Lord, the Hebrew Israelites, so on and so forth, that are keeping the righteousness to the best of their ability, they're actually the true iteration of that. Because Christians still follow a multitude to eat pork and so on and so forth. A lot of them smoke and do all these other things. Okay, so you're still of the world.
Yep.
Okay, but us that are abstaining from such things, okay, we are actually being in the world and not of it.
Right.
Yep. The spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah.
Right. Yeah. Hey, when you go throughout your daily life, like say on the job, people notice it. People notice that you don't do certain things that other people do. You know.
They know that just by your conversation.
Which really, that word conversation goes into all your actions.
Yeah.
Speaking, your behavior, the way you carry yourself.
Back James 4:4, bro.
Okay. James 4:4. You adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of the Most High.
Right, see, so you're a friend of the world, you're an enemy. You're a friend of the world, man. You're an enemy of the Most High, man. And a lot of these people that you see, these people are friends of the world. See, these people love this place. These people want to stay here. They don't want to abstain from the different things of the world, like the lust of the flesh. See, they want to continue to indulge in it. And hey, and how also do we know how these people are friends of the world, bro? Because when we talk about the destruction of this place, they say, what? Oh, hell no. Don't destroy this place. Well, wait a minute. I thought you went to church for 30 years talking about you want the kingdom of heaven to be ushered in. I mean, what do you think that happened? What do you think has to happen for the kingdom of heaven to happen here on earth? I mean, what do you think it has to coexist? No, man, it doesn't have to coexist. When you go into the book of the second Esdras, or maybe the second Esdras, the fourth chapter, it tells you that, you know, basically if this world is not turned upside down, then I get it. I
That which is sown. Go ahead.
It's go ahead, bro.
Yeah, but yeah, you know, hey, like your brother was going into though, man. These Christians really love you, but you found it. Go ahead, man.
First Esdras 4, verse I'll start at 28. It says, "But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee. For evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good."
Yeah, like your brother said, you know, they can't coexist, man. They can't coexist. What communion have the Most High with Belial? You know what I'm saying? You know, or the lamb with the wolf, man. Ain't no communion, man.
Right.
They're gonna be at odds with each other. And like a precept the bro had brought out before, which says in the scriptures, good is set against evil, man. You know, that's how the Most High set it up. So you put two, it's like putting two rival pit bulls in the same small ass area. One gonna tear the other one up, man.
Oil and water.
Oil and water, they don't mix, man. They don't mix.
And just as the scriptures say, it says the Lord ruleth in the kingdom of men. So when you think about it, and you look throughout history, whenever there was, whenever the Lord would set up one kingdom or one people to rule over another, there was always a violent revolution, man. Right? Because they had to conquer all the people, right, and put them in subjection, right? So that's gonna happen now, and their kingdoms had to be destroyed in order for another kingdom to be set up.
Right.
So hey, that's what's happening to America, man.
Yep, even the children of Israel, when they were taking over the land of Canaan, had to go through and destroy the inhabitants, take that land violently. Why? Because the Most High, like we said, He's righteous in all His judgment, man. The inhabitants have done wickedly, now it's their time to get punished, and for a righteous kingdom to be set up, you know. So that's the time we're in now. And these Christians, you know, they pray for Babylon to be healed because they having fun eating their pork and doing as thou wilt here, you know. And another precept came up too earlier, like the brother was going into about them being mad whenever we start talking about the destruction. And the scriptures tell us, "He that condemneth the just justified the wicked, even they both are an abomination." Roughly paraphrasing, you know. So that's what you are, you know. If you're not in the right spirit, if you ain't ready for this place to fucking go, man, you know. But maybe it's because you abusing the Most High's ways, like it says in Second Ezra, okay? Them that have received benefits and have misused my ways, I might have to get that, you know. Yeah. But the same must know about death by pain, man. Yeah. You know. Yep. I'm about to grab it.
Can you grab the one you quoted too, bro? The how does it go? They shall heal her, but she shall not be healed. That was the one too, bro. Because these people, we can use it in a sense, bro. They want to continue to medicate this place. They want to continue to, you know, put bandages on it, put peroxide and alcohol on the place. You know, take care of it, baby it. That's what they want to do to this place. And we ripping bandages off. You know how it hurt when it be on your
jabbing this motherfucker spiritually. We shaking it, twisting the knife around.
Yeah, man. Hey,
bleed out, bitch.
That blade is a sword, man.
That's right, man.
It's
Right.
chopping this place up.
Right, because you know it get worse when it's worse when a person like when somebody stick you, but then when they start to do the turn, that punctures your insides more, and that
Makes
kills
that
you
wound
faster.
wide.
Yeah.
It fucks it up. Yeah, it don't heal right.
And then
if
when-
it even heals.
And the worst part people don't know is when it's pulled out. You know what I'm saying? So we and pulling out because when it's in you, I don't know why it's like that. Maybe one of the brothers that's into that type of field can say why that happens like that. But when you pull it out, bro, you're dying fast.
Yeah, yeah. Because you know, when you think about it, when you put it in, you turn it. That's cutting more flesh, but it's still like in place, up against it. When you pull it out, any type of blockage that it had from blocking that flow gets released, and it just starts flowing out. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you you know, if you get a bullet wound and the bullet's still in you, you ain't bleeding until that bullet starts coming out. Then it starts bleeding a lot. You know, so it's the same type of situation. Jeremiah 51:9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the sky.
Wait a minute. What that say? What happened?
It said, for her, you want the part about the judgment?
Yeah, you can read it. I'll read it.
Jeremiah 51:9. For we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the sky. And these heathens, you know, these merchants, you know, these different people, there's different heathens that still want to hold on to Babylon. You know what I'm saying? It said the merchants of the earth are going to wail because nobody buys their merchandise once this place goes down, you know? But 2/3 of the house of Israel are in the same mindset of these heathens, man. They want to hold on to this place, you know? The same ones who in the wilderness was murmuring about the leeks and the fish and the whatever else they had. We ate freely of the melons. We want that back. You brought us out here to die. No, we freed you from hard bondage, nigga. What is you talking about?
Revelation 18 verse 1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and become the habitation of devils. And behold, every foul spirit in the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. So that's speaking of all the different desert-like creatures that's going to dwell in this place, in this habitation, when it gets burned up by the missile. Because this place is not going to be able to be inhabited by, you know, people like us, you know. It's only going to be inhabited by what? It tells you like the screech owl, the cormorant, things like that. Things that's able to be able to be in that land. Not us. We're not gonna be able to inhabit it.
Little, because some of them birds, man, they weird, man. They creepy as hell. Vultures and shit. Look at the damn vulture, man. That thing look creepy. Damn owls look weird as hell too. You know, so those are them hateful birds, man. The Lord's gonna have over there, and it's also said that the cage of every unclean spirit too. You know, unclean spirits over there.
Verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
See, So they're gonna be like, damn, man, you know, we wish we could heal this place, man. Start making that money again. But hey, man, the missiles is on the way. We got to get the hell up out of here. This place is, we see this place crumbling and falling, man. You know, it shall be as the chase rope, man. Everybody shall turn to his own kind, you know, like the scriptures say. So yeah, man, once they see this place getting persecuted and it's getting down to the wire, oh, they're gonna get the hell on.
Yeah.
You
Right.
have to go, you have to go. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, you know, just to add on to it, these nations are drunk, bro. These nations have been drinking the wine of this Babylon juice for a very long time, man. That's why when you look at these different nations of what's going on over in their countries, what? They take on all the philosophies of America, or they have taken on the philosophies of America. The ones that's, you know, ones that was harder, that was fighting against it, or what, basically got war with them, or getting bombed and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But these nations are drunk, bro. When you look at the, hey man, go over there to China, man, or Japan, bro. They got McDonald's and shit over there, bro.
Hell yeah.
Knowing America has the worst food, but that's part of drinking that wine, man. You see, you know, all their kids over there got what, like, I don't want to use them for the technology because they've been into technology. Let's talk about over there in the Middle East, bro. Technology over there, bro. Letting women drive and all that shit. Hey, that wine has destroyed the order of that nation, man. You see?
Hey, over there in the Middle Eastern countries, there's a video of a woman on top of a flagpole or something.
I did not find that video for nothing, man.
Yeah.
I don't know where it is, but I saw that same video, man. They climbed up, and it was called like twerking for equality. And the bitch had on her hijab, and she was literally twerking on the top of the pole. I think one was on the car or some shit. It was crazy.
And the one harlot, the one brothers of the family, I think it was like 2 big brothers. They had a harlot was a sister. I think she was like a model or a porn star or something like that. Oh, they stoned her ass, bro. They ended up catching up with her and they stoned her. And their response was what? She brought up shame to her family. And guess what? It's right.
Yeah. Hey, that's righteous. That's in the scriptures.
That's scriptures, bro. She shamed her father, bro. She shamed her father's name. Because now everybody's looking at the father like, you don't know how to raise your household.
Yeah. You weak as hell, daddy.
Weak. But
this is Amos chapter 9 and verse 8. Because we read her sins have reached up into heaven.
all right, 1 second. Let me just finish this part in verse 4 says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come up out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive none of her plagues. And this is talking about the elect being up into the chariots. This is not talking about running to another land, man, or basically bringing yourself out of this place. No, that's what Micah 2 and 10 is for, man. What it says, Micah 2 and 10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. That's when you arise out of these ways in this place, man. This is talking about being beamed up by the chariots, man. But the plagues we're not trying to be partaking is what? The ultimate plague, which is the missile. Verse 5 it says, for her sins have reached into heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, and double unto her, double according to her work, in a cup which she hath filled, to fill her double. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire, for strong is the Lord God who judgeth her, man. Right, and that's the proudness in the spirit of America, man.
Yeah.
You know, they have that proud spirit to say, you know what? What they call her? The Lady of Kingdoms.
Yeah.
The one that says, you know what, man? Ain't nobody gonna touch me. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing.
And we're thought is that their houses shall continue forever, man.
That's what. Yep. Yep.
So they don't think that nothing's ever gonna happen to this place.
Right.
But this land gonna be touched, man.
Well, what do they say, bro? God bless America. That's what they use. They say God bless America. But when you read in the Bible, and we know America is Babylon the Great, we know the Most High is going to destroy this place, America, man. In your lifetime, man. Not in your grandchildren's lifetime, in our lifetime, bro. Because a lot of people say, oh, well, good thing it's not in our lifetime. Good thing we ain't got. You got to deal with that shit, too. You see?
Amos chapter 9, verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom.
Right, this sinful kingdom represent American Babylon the Great. Well, we know it did represent Israel, man.
And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
And that's what's coming, bro. Destruction. See? Hey, the scripture goes into how the land, the place is gonna be like emptiness, where it's basically gonna be like no stones. I don't know where it is, trying to roughly paraphrase it, but basically, you're not gonna know where what's the little stupid statue in New York? What is that?
Lady Liberty.
Yeah, the Statue of Liberty. You ain't gonna know where you're not gonna know where that is gonna be no more. You're not gonna know this is the landmark here, so this was this area, this was the landmark here, this was that area. You ain't gonna know that. Hey, because the scripture says the elements shall burn with fervent heat. All those are still elements of the earth, how they're put together and made. So the Lord's gonna burn all that up. You got it?
I got one.
Okay, go ahead.
Joel 3:19. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land.
Good enough. Read it again. Good enough.
Like good enough.
Okay.
Ezekiel 29:9. And the land of Egypt shall be desolate and waste, and they shall know that I am Yahweh, because he have said, the river is mine and I have made it.
But you got people dwelling in the land of Egypt right now, so we obviously know this is talking about a different Egypt.
Yep.
Hey, the first scripture he brought out, he said Egypt. He said what? And Edom.
Yep, sure did. It sure did. That's
Right.
beautiful.
So, hey, Edom is spiritually Egypt, man. Right? Edom is these so-called, Caucasian, these white people, man.
Yep. And see, that's why these elites got to push their narrative so hard, man. Because there's several scriptures that go into tying Edom to all these different wicked kingdoms, man. When you go into, what is that, Psalms 137, it talks about Babylon.
Yep.
Then it also says Edom. You know what I'm saying? Then when you see that who Babylon is, it says the daughter of Babylon.
Yep.
So then you can tie that with, what is that, Isaiah 47?
They also say the daughter of Egypt in the scriptures too, right?
It does say the daughter of Egypt in the scriptures. So, hey, man, Edom, man, you a lot of, this place in particular, American Babylon the Great, the mother of the mystery of iniquity and all these different things, mother of harlots.
Yup.
Okay, man, you a big ball of just iniquity from all different type of places in the past, just wrapped up into one.
That's right. Absolutely.
All they gods are still worshipped here and everything. You're gonna get fucking destroyed, man.
Wicked punch bowl.
Hell yeah, man. Got motherfuckers drunk as hell. And hunchy punchy.
Isaiah 19:1. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. So, hey, can a brother somebody get Isaiah 66?
I got you.
Because we know the Lord's coming back on a chariot, man. And then hold on, Enoch prophesied and said the Lord was coming back. The Lord was going to return, man. Enoch prophesied about that, man. You see? So we know the Lord's coming back on the chariots, man, or on the big chariot.
I got you right here, bro. I got Isaiah 66 too, but I got 63 too. Yeah. It says, okay, this is Isaiah chapter 63 and verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom, with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak righteousness, mighty to save.
That's funny because remember, when Yahweh Shai was on the earth before, right? He came as a lamb. He came very humble. You see, but now Yahweh Shai is coming as a lion, man. He's coming with great force, man. Right? It tells you when he returns, all the earth shall mourn and tremble, or I would say all the tribes of the earth shall mourn. When he comes to fight against Esau and the whole beast system, for as the NATO and the EU. He said he's not gonna meet them as a man.
That's right.
You see?
I think
He said I'm not gonna meet thee as a man, bro.
That's right.
So he's coming with full force. You see? What the so-called white man calls UFOs, right? We know them is the chariots of the Lord. The chariots of our salvation, the salvation of Israel, man. Also the Lord calls them what? The curse of the earth. Because when these chariots come back, see, y'all been thinking this Toy Story Buzz Lightyear type of thing. That's what Esau made us to believe. But boy, once those Man, hey, if a chariot right now came over, right, that thing is gonna block out the sky, bro. It's gonna block out the sky, bro. And you know, I'm a man, so I know I'm about, I'm gonna be shook. Oh shit, a chariot. Damn, I'm gonna rejoice at the same time. No, they'll go a chariot, but it's different from seeing like a chariot. You go, oh, that's a chariot right there. Oh. But to the one just come down and be like, oh,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's different.
It's different when it's gonna be different, man, cause you see it far away. Like, okay, what's that light doing? All these different maneuvers in the air, man. But actually seeing it up close, what it looked like, right? The scripture describes it as being like gold and having different jewels and stones and stuff like that, man. People gonna be shook, man. They're gonna be wild and afraid at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, well, doesn't it say their face shall wax pale?
Right.
Or turn red?
All faces shall wax pale. Definitely get it. Yeah, you ever had like something ever happen, or like you had like you got like a real bad feeling that something wasn't right, and it just kind of troubled you? Imagine the spirit that you're gonna get, or there's gonna be on them chariots, man, that to just create trembling in the motherfucker. He's gonna be like, yo, something ain't right, man. These niggas, they about to fuck some shit up, man. You gonna feel it in your spirit, man. And we already know what's coming. People gonna be getting vaporized, man. Said nothing was reckoned of a great multitude, but what was it like, ashes and dust?
Yeah, ashes and dust, man. Yeah, I wish I came in. He completely
Zapped them.
zapped them, man, in a blink of an eye. Gone. A whole multitude of armies of the nations, man.
You gotta vacuum Ray up over there, man. You gotta vacuum his ass off the ground. Somebody bust out the dust buster, man.
I got it, bro. But actually, I use it in a different reference to Salakia. This was talking about the missiles, so I'll just read it. Joel 2:6. It says, actually, I'll just read it. Start at the top. Joel 2:1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them. The appearance of them is the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains, shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of the fire that devoureth the stubble, and as a strong people set in battle array, before their face the people shall be much pain, all faces shall gather blackness. And that's talking about those missiles coming in. Because when you read verse 7 also, it says, they shall run like mighty men, they shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. Neither shall one thrust another, they shall walk everyone in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. So these is talking about these missiles, okay? These missiles being shot off, they ain't gonna break their ranks. Wherever that missile is set to hit and go, that's where it's gonna go. Missiles ain't gonna be running into each other because too many shot off. No, each gonna have its own destination. Boom, 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 here, there. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't gonna break their ranks, but it's gonna be like what? Mighty men. If you watch an ancient movie and hear the sound of mighty men running, right? The lands was trembling from miles away. Even when they was walking, you would hear, even though the movies make the sound effect, but you know in real life, bro, you got 30,000 men walking and stomping and chanting. Bro, that shit is loud as hell, bro. Cause man, if a marching band was to play right now with drums, we'd hear them miles away. So imagine 30,000, 40,000 people just, like the brother was doing, but they shit hitting the ground, do, and all that noise making, bro, you gonna hear that, bro.
Yep, and then if you also think about like the different movies, like 300 or any different battle movies, when you see a mighty man, he'd be going through the crowd fucking shit up.
Oh, yeah?
Don't nothing stop him. It said they should fall upon the sword. It basically letting you know nothing's gonna stop him. The Most High gonna put his spirit on them, and they may even try to shoot some of them down. But the Lord gonna have a spirit on them where they ain't gonna be able to stop them missiles, man.
And who was the slugger? Who was that dude? The
300.
dude that was the head dude that was
Leonidas.
Leonidas that was
Oh,
running
man.
through. That's what the brother's talking about, bro. Just running through, slicing things. And let me mention this too for the brother to say, bro, they got all those movies from here, bro. All those movies y'all see was inspired from the Bible, bro. When you hear about Samson, or when you hear about what's his name, was it Gilead? When they went to go leap the water and he took the 300 men. Was it Gilead? Oh, but one of the men of the Lord, but the Lord had them take 300 men.
Yeah.
And they was putting in work. Remember the Lord was like, nah, there's
This is too many.
too many of y'all,
Yeah, yeah.
so I want y'all to handle this so y'all can know it was of the Lord, bro. They be getting these from the scriptures, bro.
Yeah.
On how King David and his mighty men was, fucking shit up. Bro, they getting this all from the Bibles, man, and they put their twist to it.
Yeah.
And on top of that, they also plagiarized, I don't want to do a plagiarize, but they whitewashed those movies too, because the real Spartans were Israelites.
They were called the Lacedaemonians. Yeah. So the real Spartans were Israelites. 'Cause, hey, like we tried to go into last week, man. They were part of that Greek culture. So you had Israelites that was in Greek culture that was high-ranking officers, right? That had
Rome.
Rome. Right, they had rule over certain parts of Roman Egypt, Roman Greece.
Oh, well, bro, you ain't wrong for saying Egypt. Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph. Yeah.
Moses.
Yep.
You see, so there were Israelites that had very high position. Bro, Israelites had every high position in almost every kingdom. Daniel,
In the kingdom of the Babylonians.
kingdom of the Babylonians, bro. So we had high positions in each kingdom. You had the righteous men, but you also had wicked ones too that was selling out for those certain positions. But people be thinking Israelites didn't have top positions. We were generals, captains, basically like second in command to the king.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
Centurions, the captain of 100.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we end up eventually taking over Rome and entering into the Dark Ages, what they like to call it.
Yeah,
Right?
they call it the Holy Roman Empire.
Holy Roman Empire.
Right.
Yep. So this was the Constantine was a Jake, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
Yep.
Jakes.
Jakes.
And then on top of that, right? People, a lot of times how we was getting took down was by Jakes too, our own people that was selling out.
Wasn't Septimius Severus?
I
Yep.
believe it was
This
him.
was like when he was towards the beginning of when we took over. I don't know if he was the first, but
I think he was a gladiator.
But the point being, we held high positions, we held top ranks. But that was just bonus stuff we was going into. You know what I mean? Yeah, we could. Yeah, you dumbass Egyptians keep talking about Egypt shit. Well, if it wasn't for Joseph, y'all ass was restored. You know what I'm saying? What they talking about, man?
they did.
Y'all have been dead, man. Shit. So you better thank Israel. Talking about, man.
It's really most of the people you see even onto that Egypt stuff, man, they're all Jakes.
Yeah, I'm being funny.
I know you is. I'm just saying, they some damn Jakes, man. Stupid. Go ahead.
I read this again. It says, "Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak righteousness, mighty to save."
Right, because, hey, what the scripture said in Deuteronomy 28, verse 68, no man shall redeem you. Basically, no man shall buy you back. Because who's mighty to save? Who's going to save us? Who's our Savior? Yahweh Shai, man. Right? Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, because the Heavenly Father is going to send his only begotten Son to save us.
Right. And that scripture also reigns true because he said, "I shall not meet thee as a man." When he come back, he's going to be in his glorified body. With the heavenly power, you know? Yahweh Shai, man.
Right. It says, "Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me."
Right, so you ever see somebody treading the blood of the grapes? Right, you see the clothes we got on right now. We was to go out in the field and start treading the blood of the grapes, but we'll be soaked. We'll be looking like red. We'll look like the brothers, his attire he got on. He got like a burgundy type of grape, red on. Like, we would look like that.
Red wine type of color, yeah. Yep, they even got, I don't know if, I remember I ain't have a cable back in the day, so I Love Lucy used to come on at night. They had an episode where she had on all white, and she was actually stomping grapes, and her legs was getting, her pants legs was getting all fucked up. You can use the blood of grapes to dye stuff, man. You know.
But why the Lord gonna look like that, bro?
It says, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. I will trod them in my anger and trample them in my fury.
Well, the Lord don't get mad though. I mean, that's what they told us growing up. He's love. He just never gets mad. He wouldn't do such a thing. What are you Hebrews like guys talking about? You just misreading that. That's out of context.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Yeah, like the dude that was over there across the street. He told them about the good news for the children of Israel, that they was going to be able to have their oppressors in captivity.
Oh, is that what Jesus said?
Oh yeah, Revelation 13 and 9 could have sworn that was him. So yeah, that's exactly what he said.
Right. Hey, the Most High said, sit at my right hand until I make thine enemies like a
Like
footstool.
footstool, that's right. Yep. Hey, and what do you do with a footstool? You put your feet on that motherfucker.
right. And that's exactly where your nations is going. And in subjection, bro.
Right.
Under our foot.
It says, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. Right? Which that represents all the death and destruction that's gonna be coming. Right? The Lord's not gonna really get blood on his garments, man.
Right.
He's gonna be in those heavenly vehicles. Because when you read in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, it tells you about how he neither lifted up sword nor shield, right? But out of his mouth proceeded a blast of fire, man. So he gonna light these nations up, man. He's gonna light 2/3 of our people up. He's gonna light these nations up that come against him to fight. Right? It says, for the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeem is come. Right? And that's the point on that one right there. Right? So, hey, Yahweh Shai is coming to redeem his brethren, right? Which is the 144,000 and 1/3, man. The elect. Right?
I got one. Revelation 14, verse 14. And I looked, and behold, a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. And another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. And he that sat on the cloud thrust his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. And another angel came out of the temple, which was in heaven, and also having a sharp sickle. And another angel came out from the altar, which had power over fire, and cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, thrust in the sharp sickle and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. Meaning what? When something's ripe, meaning it is ready. Okay? And we know there's a precept telling because we are that choice vine, but then there's a scripture in it's an apocrypha that tells you I believe it says like that. I believe it says what, one cluster? Like, cause he says I chosen to be one flower.
One cluster, one people.
One egg. If you were good at Baba Kashab, you know.
It also talks about the first fruits.
First fruit.
Being the elect, right?
I know. Yeah. Second Ezra. I believe it's 6. No. It's not 6. It's it might be chapter 5 or 4. I don't think it's 6. No, because it's not 6. It's not that one. It's not that one. I'll continue on and then It says, and the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of the Most High. And the winepress was tried without the city, and the blood came out of the winepress, even into the horse bridles, by the space of 1,600 furlongs. So that's the blood, how much is going to be squished out of that winepress. But the cluster, the vine that the Lord is going to choose, is going to be the elect, man. See, we're not going to be pressed and have to feel the wrath of the Most High. But we're going to be the cluster that the Lord chooses. Slock.
Are you good, bro? Isaiah 65 and 8.
No, because I wanted to clarify that. You know what I'm saying?
Wait. Thus saith Yahweh, as the new wine is found in the cluster, and one saith, destroy it not, for a blessing is in it, So will I do for my servant's sake, that I may not destroy them all.
Ooh.
Yeah, so hey, like you just saw, you know. So the Most High is not going to consume all of the sons of Jacob, okay? He's going to save the elect, all right? So that's what that's going into, man. You know, he's not going to destroy the whole cluster, but he's going to save the elect, okay? Those that he promised, that he sanctified from the beginning. You know?
Hey, I guess I gotta read this again because I didn't even get to finish it. That goes right along with that scripture. This is Amos 9 and 8. It says, "Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord." Right. So the Lord's gonna leave a remnant.
Yep.
Right. And that's the elect. He's not gonna get rid of Israel completely. Right. And that's part of you know, that's part of the covenant. Where it says, you know, basically, if you could take away the ordinance of the moon and the sun, right, then you'll do away with the nation of Israel. Right. But the sun's still coming up. Right. You still see the moon at night. You still see the stars. So the nation of Israel is going to be here.
Yeah. You got people coming on my comment board talking about, well, you know, we know he loves Israel and Israel his people, but all heathens going to be in the kingdom. And I was going to reply, but I said it's going to be a waste of time. Because what they going to be in the kingdom doing? Working. That's what they're going to be doing. They ain't about to be equal to us. We all just going to be in the kingdom parlaying. Sitting at the dinner table just no, bro. They got to go in slavery, man.
They got work to do.
They got work. You know what I'm saying? They got kingdoms to build. Brothers want, bro, crystal mansions, bro. Brothers want floors all gold. However brothers see fit. But that's how we want it. And you're going to build it perfectly every day, except for the Sabbath.
But I've been working late. I need a foot massage. I need all that.
Hey,
Shalom.
Shalom.
Jake was jealous. That was a woman.
That was a woman, bro.
Yeah,
Man.
she was coming up there and she said, "Masha, y'all was shot."
What's Isaiah 65 and 9. And I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob and out of Judah, an inheritor of my mountain. Right. And my elect shall inherit it, and my servant shall dwell there. Just further going into the elect.
Right. Going back to Isaiah 19. Anybody got
I believe, of course,
something I'm gonna switch gears?
because also talking about the Howard shot too.
Where we at?
The one I just read. See, out of David, out of
Isaiah 19, verse 1 again, it says, "The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom." That's what you're seeing, man. Right? These different people that's in power, right? These different Egyptians versus the Egyptians. We're just talking about these different Edomites, man. Right? So what's two cases? The Americans and the Russians. They're both Edomites. You see? But they about to fight against each other. You see? All these Edomites is all about to be at war with each other, man.
Yep.
You see?
Yep. And even on a smaller level, in these little different communities of Edomites, it's going to be Egyptian versus Egyptian. Man.
Absolutely.
Because those Egyptians or those Edomites that stocked up for the lack, and like I said, they should rifle their houses for the lack of bread, right?
Yep.
Yeah, for the lack of bread, they're going to trouble each other's houses and ravage their wives and break through and do all this other stuff. So, Johnny's going to be breaking in pretty soon. Okay? Just get prepared. All that tissue that he saw you carrying in, he going to need some of that.
Yeah.
You
He gonna need all of that.
You going to need all that.
He gonna need all that.
You're right. Lovers of themselves. He ain't trying to share. He's trying to kill you and take it.
Verse 3, "And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmer, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards." Right? So we seeing the spirit of Egypt failing right now, right? Even if America gets bandaged, all right? Let's say if things start to go back to normal, bro, society and the economy will never be how it was, bro. It failed for too long, bro. What? People been out of work for what? 3 weeks? Almost what? 3? Some people a month. You see? So the spirit of Egypt is failing, bro. Everything is on a decline.
Right.
So you can bandage it how much you want. It's not gonna go back the same. Economy, shit is just too fucked up.
Yeah.
Every market aspect you can think of.
Yeah, and by them doing that, inflating the dollar even more, and increasing the debt by doing this little stimulus. What they do? Three trillion or something like that.
Yeah.
$3 trillion. They trying
two
to
or three, yeah.
2 or 3. They trying to flood back in and do like a stimulus and so-called boost the economy, man. The dollar is through, bro. The dollar is through, man. I gotta look more into it, but they talking about sending out a check to taxpayers and doing all this different stuff, man. Talking about the check starting in 2 weeks.
Different businesses, yup.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Then it says, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. See? So the counsel that they used to go to, it's all gonna fail, man. See, just like how in old Egypt, how the Pharaoh went to go seek to his counsel against Moses, all that shit was Pharaoh Moses set up, man. It didn't work. And that's what they're going to be doing. They're going to be seeking all that. They're going to be throwing up enchantments. It's not going to work. Because there is no bringing back America. It's over for this place.
Yeah.
There is no bringing it back.
Hey, just as the scripture say, thou art word in the multitude of thy counsels, man. So, hey, nothing they can do can stop these prophecies from coming to pass. Right?
I got one more fact.
Let's go to the book of Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. Habakkuk 2. We'll start at 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
There you go. It will surely come. It will not tarry, man. And we can see the prophecies unfolding right now, right? Everybody wants this place to continue, but the Lord wants this place destroyed.
Go ahead, bro. No.
Yeah, the Lord wants this place destroyed, man. So if the Lord desires this place to be destroyed, then it's gonna be destroyed, man. You know, just as it says, hold on, and let me grab it real quick. Isaiah 55.
Yo, I got that precept right here. I was about to say that.
Yeah, bring it out, bro. Bring it out.
It says, this is Isaiah 55 in verse 11. It says, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it.
There you go, man. So the Lord's word is gonna prosper, man. Right, whereunto he sent it. It shall do that which he please. So whatever the Lord wants to do is gonna come to pass. The scriptures also say that he's not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent.
Though it tarry, wait for it.
Right.
Then you say cause them to be written in the book, or I forget what it say.
The
Or
paper,
for
they are
they are
faithful
faithful and true. Faithful and true, man. So any word that the Most High put out, it's gonna come. He's not a man that he should lie, man. The Most High ain't for play, man. He don't just say stuff. He just I changed my mind.
But then again, you also gotta think about this too. He says the Lord is long suffering. And he's very, very meticulous. Right? So he does things in a particular order, man. And you get the dramatic result at the end of it, man.
Yeah.
So the Lord, hey man, he's the creator, man.
Romans 9. It said, what if the Lord will endure the vessels of wrath fitted for destruction, man?
Right.
You know? So the Lord's gonna do what he wanna do in the order that he wanna do it in. He's gonna wait how long he wanna do to do it. Hey man, and that's to test us as well, man. To have patience, man. And to wait on the Lord. It says, wait ye upon me until I rise up to the prey, man. Yeah, we want these motherfuckers to go down, you know? Excuse my language. We want these people to get what they got coming, man. We tired of the persecution. But the Lord said, look, man, you're gonna wait on me, right? In the meantime, you gotta be able to keep your shit wired tight. Because you about to see some hell, man. That's why I say don't worry about how the wicked shall be destroyed and when, but rather how the righteous shall be saved. You need to be focused on your salvation, man. You know?
I got one.
2 Peter 3, verse 5, it says, for this they willing or ignorant of that by the word of the Most High, the heavens, how you doing? The heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of water and in the water, whereby the world that then was being overflowed with water perished, but the heavens and the earth which are now by the same word are kept in store
reserved into fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day.
Yeah. So hey man, it ain't even been but a day and a half, 2 days and a half, or something like that with the Most High. I forget what the exact calculation is, but
Hey, for as long as Esau's been ruling, it's been about a half a day.
Half a day.
half a day. So yeah, man, you know,
Even us in captivity, it seems long, like it's long to us, but to the Lord it's like, y'all ain't much.
look, man, the sun ain't even went down, man. Man, go sit down somewhere. Down, cry. You'll be all right, man. Toughen up. You want me to read this still?
Yeah, I got a little more right here. It says, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, for what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hasting into the coming of the day of the Lord, or the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt in fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. And that's the promise. That's what's coming to the nation of Israel. We're about to get a new heavens and a new earth, man. Wherein dwelleth righteousness, not wickedness. Okay? Not when we, hey, man, with all this madness going on, man, we ain't gonna endure this no more, man. We ain't gonna endure. Hey, nobody, hey, even the heathen, they ain't not have to go endure wickedness no more, bro. They gonna have, they righteousness is gonna be going on regardless, bro. Hey, you know, I mean, different brothers say different things of what they're gonna do to the heathens. Cool. But guess what, bro? My water's not gonna be poison, bro. I ain't gonna have no pumped up water, bro. They gonna still drink fresh water because I ain't tainting mine. Maybe I don't even know if even if I want to feel like tainting it anyway, because I'm so used to this BS, man. You know, even though we know we can have power to change it, you know what I'm saying? I just, you know, who knows? We'll see when we get there.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna just mess up the, you know, well, I'm just mess up the ear because I want to destroy the heathen. Man, we ain't gonna do what Esau
We
do,
ain't like
man.
that now.
Now we might be able to control a little cloud of it just over there. Let's inbox them in and just put it over their own little section.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
hey, you gotta get creative with it too, man. And we might just manipulate your nostrils and put a doodle filter right in your nose with a doodle filter. All you smell is doodle.
You right. See?
You got spiritual powers. And I'm like, you smell like shit.
I like to see that's a more individual aspect.
See what I
like that.
mean?
Right.
Yeah, and we can do it on varying degrees. Like, you was a very wicked Edomite. Oh yeah, you gonna get it, bro.
You walking on glass. You just gonna feel like you walking on glass all day.
24/7.
Mm-hmm.
Heck, man, these Edomites is proud today, man. I turn all of them to midgets, man.
Hey, turn on like
I turn
the little
midget.
dude that was doing, what's that, 300? The dude, little hunchback dude? Or the motherfucker that be on, what's that little, Lord of the Rings, fuck is that little, the little,
What would you like, master?
Yeah, man. Make you cut grass with some scissors, bro.
some little sewing scissors, the kind that you can only put to your finger.
Straight up.
You be like this.
Hebrews 13 and 14. Hey, because you know, but that's what we want though, bro. Like, we want that. Our people don't want that. When we talk about somebody in Isaiah 2, I believe it's like 2 and 4, 2 and 6. You know, and then like how it speaks, yeah, cause it's talk about the kingdom. You know, we want that, bro. Like, what you got? You got Hebrews 13 and 14. What you got? Yeah, Hebrews 13 and 14. Can you read it?
It's Hebrews 13 and 14.
Uh-huh.
For here now, well, so it's like, for here have we now continuing city, but we seek one to come.
Right, so here we have no continuing city, man. But we seeking one to come. Well, that I just read. The place that's wherein dwelleth righteousness, man. Right? And this is the kingdom. Can you read that?
This is Isaiah 2.
Is
Is
I
it?
think it goes into like the kids, like the wolf shall dwell with the lamb.
Oh, that's Isaiah 11.
That's Isaiah 11?
I think around verse
4,
5,
4 or 5, something like
4
that?
or 5. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
All
a lot.
right. Here. You says where it says the wolf?
Yeah. We're, start at, where it goes into, yeah, start at 6.
This is Isaiah chapter 11, verse 6. It says, the wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the young lion and the fattling together, and a little child shall lead them,
And read that part again, the what?
and a little child shall lead them.
A little child shall lead them, bro. Ain't no little child being able to do that now. I mean, now the Lord could put it on the spirit of a certain particular animal to, walk with a child. That could be done, But we're talking about just like all the time. That's gonna be like that in the kingdom. But we're gonna see our children running around with bears, lions, riding on top of it. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just,
Hey, and
wrestling. Yeah.
and you see this kind of thing in these different movies you watch, like X-Men. There was a little girl on there who had basically the powers to communicate with animals, man. So hey, our children in the kingdom, they're gonna be communicating with animals,
Yep.
walking with them, playing with them,
Yep.
right? But it said also that you shall stick their hand in the nest of an asp, right, which is a giant snake, and not get bitten.
Yeah, because them TV shows y'all watch, like the Wild Thornberries, right? With the little girl talking to the animals, or the Dr. Doolittle with the little girl talking to the animals, or Tarzan, how he was running around with the gorillas. That's gonna be our children in the kingdom, bro. You don't want that? I mean, some people just look at, well, why would I want my child to be with an animal? Because you don't just get no spiritual mindset, man.
Yeah, man.
Because we connected to animals for real, bro. We just been so out of sync with our power and out of sync with the earth. Well, people don't even like to be around nature no more. People don't want to be around animals no more. I mean, I see why for a little bit, but they don't. Some people don't even have that. Oh man, because me when I was young, I used to be like, man, I wish I could. I always wanted a lion. I always wanted a tiger. Knowing I can't have one, but it's just like, man, I want a tiger, man. A white, I wanted a white tiger.
I used to want a Black Panther.
You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, Black Panther and a cheetah, like, oh, I want those, bro.
I used to want sheep.
You know, ain't nothing wrong with that, David. I mean, David. Ain't
David,
nothing wrong with that,
right.
David. Just joking. You know what I'm saying? But ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. Be around animals. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, like that's a beautiful thing, bro.
And hey, man, you ain't gonna like Esau got TV now. You ain't gonna need no TV in the kingdom. There's gonna be too much majesty of the Lord to even experience, man.
I tell you, we're gonna have power over the elements. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Hey, I had a dream. I was surfing on some water. I ain't need no surfboard. I was just barefoot surfing. Come on, man. Imagine being able to just get on some rapids and just balance your feet and just skim across the surface, man. And that's just one of the many things that we're gonna be able to do in the kingdom, man. You know?
Hey, not to mention what is it? John the 14th chapter, man.
Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna read it after we finish that. I got it for you, bro.
Going on to verse 7. It says, and the cow and the bear shall feed, their young ones shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox, and the sucking child shall play on the hole of the asp, and the weaned child shall put his hand on the cockatrice den. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, as the waters cover the sea. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek; his rest shall be glorious.
Right, man. So hey,
Say who that person is.
yeah, it says for the first part that you read, man, our people, we're gonna have complete peace with the animals, and the animals are gonna have peace with each other, right? Because hey, you look around today, if a lion sees a gazelle running across the savannah, bro, he's on, like the bro said, he's on his ass. He's like, it's time to eat. I'm hungry. Right? It's time to eat. I'm going to get that, right? But in the kingdom, we're gonna see a gazelle run. He's probably gonna be running with the gazelle. Like, what's up, man? What's going on? Wait, now he's gonna go graze on the grass. Right? It said the lion shall be strong. Hey, I'm gonna come graze on some grass with you. You know where the good grass at? Yeah, let's get it. Let's go. Right? So peace between the animals. And then could you read that last part where it said the root of Jesse?
Yeah, I don't know what that brother. I don't know that brother over there. Sprinkle over and his gone, but we going up his shit.
That grass was juicy and sweet.
You said read it
There's
over?
a nice patch of sun aiming right at this one part right there. Hey, man, that's fire. Hey, and also too, before you break that, which I'll let you break that one down. But before that too, it said, they shall not hurt at all in my mountain, for the knowledge of the Most High shall be in all the place, roughly paraphrasing, right? Okay, what is the reason that the Most High allows things to happen to us? For us being wicked, going off. It says about the elect, the beasts of the field shall be in league with thee, or shall be at peace with thee. You know? So when you acknowledge Yahweh Bashim Yahweh's ways and you're not in sin, you know, you can kind of experience some glimpse of that on this side. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I'm anybody, but we got a cat, you know, and I be picking him up and doing all type of stuff to him. And hey, cats ain't with that, man. Cat will scratch your face off. But it's like something about me acknowledging the Most High, to where the Most High put the spirit on him to not like do certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even though I kind of be rebuking him and stuff because he's bad as hell. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But go ahead.
It says, and in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people, till to it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious.
Right, so that root of Jesse is talking about Yahushua, right? Because Yahushua came out of the line of Jesse, came from Jesse to David to King Solomon, on down the line. When you read Matthew's the first chapter, it gives the whole genealogy and the lineage of Yahushua, all the way down to his father Joseph, down to him, right? So that's that root of Jesse that shall stand as an ensign. So Yahushua is the standard, man, right? He's the as it says in John, the first chapter, he's the Word made flesh, right? And it says, unto him shall the Gentiles seek, right? Now, who are these Gentiles? Right? Who are these Gentiles? These Gentiles are the Israelite foreigners, man. Because Yahushua said, go not unto the cities of the Samaritans, but go ye rather to the lost children of the house of Israel, the lost sheep, of the house of Israel. Right? So these are those Gentiles that are going to be seeking after Yahushua, man. They're coming from all these different nations. And you know what? Read some more.
Yeah, well, we need to go into that too, bro. We need to go into, oh yeah, just like you want to say the reason more in there.
Yes,
Let's read this, get this out the way real quick. Go back to John 14 and 2, because once we get there, we can go a whole nother level. John 14 and 2. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you, I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye also may be also.
Right. So those mansions are talking about many dwelling places, right? Like, hey, example, we're on the earth, right? The earth is a mansion, right? It's a dwelling place for it to inhabit life, man.
Right.
So many talking about other planets, man, other galaxies to actually go and inhabit, man. Because hey, the nation of Israel is gonna be, hey man, going to be expanded, man. So we ain't going to be able to fit all in the earth, man. So Yahushua is going to, he's already prepared, okay, other planets.
Within the new bodies we're going to have too, we're going to be able to explore and do all these different things.
Yeah.
All the different chariots and things like that. We're going to be able to get to these different places like that, man.
Yeah, it's going to be like, I don't know if you brothers watch anime, but they got Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z, yeah.
How Goku, he be transporting from one planet to another, flying through space.
Yeah, that's
man.
us.
Yeah.
Like Dragon Ball Z, that's us. But like
We're
like
Super
that's us.
Saiyans.
Yeah. These other nations be knowing that for real. They be knowing that there's special. They know there's a special people on the earth, and they know they might. Some of them won't acknowledge it. Some of them don't want to deal with it. But a lot of them already know we are those special people, man. See, they know the special people of the Bible exist, man.
That's why they try to imitate us so bad. Because even in our lower state, we still shine, man. Still shine, man. So where people emulate, imitate, and they admire the talent and the gift that the Most High has put in us, but because of this reproach and all this stuff has been put upon us, they despise us. It's like a love-hate relationship,
Yeah.
you know. But they envy us as well.
Hey, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor.
That's right.
Yeah, the wicked seduce them.
That's right.
But yeah, you can read the next verse, man.
And it says in the 11th verse, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea.
Right. So, hey, from all these different places, right? Because the nation of Israel was scattered amongst all these different nations, right? And that was part of our punishment in the curses, man. So these Gentiles that are coming back, they're going to be coming out of all those different nations, right? And these are like foreigners who are going into the ways and the customs of the other nations, man. Right. So those are those Gentiles that are seeking after Yahweh, and they're going to be gathered from the four corners of the earth, right? Some more on there?
12th verse, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim.
Right. So, hey, he shall gather the outcasts of Israel, right? Because we were casted out of our land, right? 70 AD. That's when Judah, the southern kingdom, was cast out, right? And then before that, the northern kingdom was cast out before that, right? And they came over here to the Americas, right? So, hey, he's going to be gathering all back together, man. Right? That's why, hey, that's part of the reason why we have this 12 tribe sign out here, man. Right? Because it says, when people come up and ask, he says, tell them that, that these two kingdoms of Israel are going to be coming back together. They should be one in the Lord's hand. Right? So that's what it says, Judah shall not vex Ephraim, and Ephraim shall not vex Judah, man. So both of the kingdoms are coming back to be one. Right? So-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, coming back with the so-called Latinos and the Native Americans, man. Right? There will be no more enmity. The Lord's going to close up the breaches.
Yep.
And we see that through this truth. The Lord is gathering through this truth. Like I said, set up the ensign.
Yep. Say, I should gather you should see that sun gathered from the east to the west by the word of the Most High. And what does Yahweh Shai call it? The word. The word made flesh. So, yeah. By the men of the Lord preaching these words, hey, which, we speaking Yahweh Shai, man.
This is the real building of the third temple, man.
Yep.
Right? It's not some physical temple being built in Israel.
Yeah.
Right? It's the different members, okay, who are part of the election, man.
Yeah. What does it say? You are the most highest building. You are all lively stones.
Come. Right? And Yahweh Shai, that chief cornerstone.
That's right. The foundation with which this building is being built. Chief cornerstone.
Right. Which the builders disallowed, man. People denied Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
Right? And that's the same stone that's building up this house, man. We're witnessing a building of a nation, man. Right? This is the building of a nation.
Yep. The house of David being rebuilt. Okay.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians 3 verse 9. I'll read it real quick. For we are laborers together with the Most High. I'll read it verbatim. For we are laborers together with God. Ye are God's husbandry. Ye are God's building.
Yep, that's right. Laborers together, okay? We're the building of the Most High, man. We're His husbandry, man. His choice vine, man. He's planted us. And the elect are gonna grow up next to rivers of water. Okay, and the unprofitable members of the nation of Israel are gonna be chopped down. Chopped down, man. Unprofitable. All the good to be burnt. They're not bearing any fruit. So we just have to try to continue therein and continue to bear fruit, man. Continue to grow. So that we can be found worthy to be kept. And transplanted, so to speak. Grafted in.
You got yours? You got your precept, brother?
This is Colossians 1 and 26.
Uh-huh.
Even the mystery which hath been hid from ages and from generations,
Right.
but now is made manifest to his saints, to whom Yahweh would make known what is the riches of the glory of this mystery among the Gentiles.
The mystery among the Gentiles. Well, if it's talking about the heathen, what's the mystery about that? Shit. Okay, the heathen that the Lord wasn't dealing with. Now he's dealing with the heathen now. That's the mystery? No, that ain't a
Sound
mystery.
real plain to me.
So, man, yeah. The mystery is that those Gentiles that seeking the Lord that brother read in Isaiah 11 chapter, that mystery was, those were the Israelite foreigners coming back in through faith.
Yeah, that's the spirit that we even talking about this topic. Because I was out doing one of my little app jobs. I saw this dude. He had like that hipster haircut. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like where the side of their head be shaved, and like half their head, and their whole head be combed one direction. And you be like, that's an Edomite. You know, when you see him, you know, he's very light skinned. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? So it's called a hipster haircut. So anyway, you know, a lot of them wear it. So I looked at him and I was like, damn, you know, but for whatever reason, the spirit had me talk to him. Turns out that dude was more than likely a Northern Kingdom, man. From the accent that he had, I was like, damn, I thought that was an Edomite. He had his little AirPods in or whatever. I was like, I just some Edomite, you know, because he was doing the same little app job I do. I'm like, I just an Edomite. Start talking to him like, damn, that dude was Northern Kingdom, you know? You know, that's the mystery among the Gentiles, man. You know, part of that mystery is that we've been scattered among these people, man, and we're gonna look like them. You know, but among them that look like them, that seek after Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, that's because they're Israelites, man. And the Spirit is bearing witness, man, with this spirit that they are the children of the Most High, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Which is Hamashiach in you, the hope of glory. Verse 28, whom we
So did
preach.
you start at 27 or 26 verse? Okay. All right. Go ahead. Read the last verse.
Verse 28, whom we preach, warning every man and teaching every man in all wisdom, that we
There you go.
may present every man perfect in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai.
Right. And we don't speak with the wisdom of this world, man. See, we haven't received we received the spirit of the Most High, man, not the spirit of this world. You see, and this wisdom that we're speaking, these people neglect it, or they don't hearken to it because it's not as what they are. What
To them, it's foolishness.
it's foolishness. It's not. It won't be commonly known to them as we will be the teachers and the men. They're looking for different. They're looking for different. They're looking for basically their false leaders, man. You know, the false leaders and people that have this false knowledge, so to speak, that went to a seminary school or went to college and got a goddamn PhD and things like that. See, because that's what attracts people. Celebrities and people that look like they have knowledge or went to school for it. See, and that's why they looked at the disciples the type of way, because they're like, well, wait a minute, y'all ain't go to school, man. Who y'all? And even they was all, I don't want to use the word amazed. Remember when Howard Shai was so young? Remember when his mom and them left, and he went into the temple,
Yeah.
and they started talking,
Yeah.
and they was like, well, damn.
Yeah, they was amazed at his doctrine.
You know what I'm saying? This young,
How does this guy
They
know,
spoke with such authority.
what does it say, letters? Like, how did he know anything about the scriptures?
because back then, it was like, if you didn't have money, you wasn't going to school. You didn't have that money, so they knew certain people like, we know where their family come from. They didn't have the money to go to them schools or things like that. So they knew of those things. So they looked at people a certain way. It was like I don't want to say ranking system.
Hierarchy. I mean, I know what you're saying. I mean, because even look at where Yahweh Shai was from, Nazareth would be considered in today's a ghetto. Be considered in today's time a ghetto. When you think about people that come from the ghetto, they typically don't have access to a certain level of education.
Right.
And so, it's, you know, that's just what it is. That's just how it is. You came from a certain place, a certain stereotype gets attached to you.
Right.
You from here, you this way. You see it in a lot of places. You know?
Hey, what did they say? They say, is this not Yahweh Shai, the son of Joseph?
Yeah. The carpenter son?
Yeah, I mean, we know his sister and his brother. Who is this? How he know anything about the
I say
scripture?
if he's the son of the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. What's going on? What's going on? And then also too, another aspect of it too is people have been indoctrinated with this this image that people are supposed to have. This image that the men of the Lord are supposed to have. Like it even talked about John the Baptist. What went ye out to see? You know, reed shaking in the wind. You know, and also talked about someone wearing gay apparel, or them that wear fair apparel, roughly paraphrasing, dwell in prince's house. You know, roughly paraphrasing. So today, you know, you got a suit and a tie. You wear a certain way. You clean shaven. You speak all soft and sweet.
Oh, look, you love Jesus. I can tell you love Jesus. Follow him.
You know,
I know.
but then we come out here rough. You know, we speak plainly, so to speak.
We don't speak politically correct.
Right.
And then, oh, they can't be men of the Lord. No, they don't have tolerance. They're not all accepting. They don't love everyone.
Right. Hey, but what did Yahweh try to say? Judge not according to appearance, judge righteous judgment, man. Right? So, hey, and that's just right. They err in not knowing the scriptures, man. The Most High is a man of war. Yahweh Shai is a man of war. Right? The prophets before us, man, they were rough men.
Yep.
Rough, man.
They were rougher than we are, man.
Yeah, truly, bro. These people don't know the Bible, man. You know, and they pick out things that they want to pick out. They don't want to eat the whole roll. They don't deal with the Bible correctly at all, man. You see what? It is what it is. You know, hey, it's just that we have the times now, bro. There ain't no time to be arguing with them about it. We ain't trying to force them. Hey, bro, if people don't get it, hey, let them be. Hey, it is what it is, bro. And then when people try to talk to you about it, man, blow them off for real, man. Just figure, try to find something else to talk about. Just don't try not to even engage in it, bro. But some of them try to might do it to stir you up. You'll really can tell who would really be sincere in the spirit. I know, like so we've been in it a little bit longer. We can kind of tell more like quick. You know what I'm saying? If we're gonna deal with them or just cut them clean off. But like, it's at the point in time where it's like, man, I'm not arguing with you to believe the Bible. I'm not doing that. I'm trying to stand this myself. You think I'm about to argue with you to believe the Bible, and I'm trying to fight every day with my problems and fight my flesh for you to believe it? No, I'm not with. We don't have really that energy to waste.
Shit, we ain't gonna have that time. We ain't got that time. The scriptures also say, okay, when the foolish virgins that ain't had an oil, when we find out that the bridegroom is coming, they're gonna be trying to get the oil in.
Yeah.
Oh no, go to them that sell and buy it for yourself, man. We ain't gonna have time because look, man, even being in this truth, you go over certain breakdowns. We in these feeble bodies, forget stuff. Wait, you know what I'm saying? Is this what this mean again? Oh, let me go back and look at it again. There's gonna come a time where that's all gonna be through, man. We ain't gonna have time to be trying to go through no deep breakdown with you. Yeah, wait a minute. That wasn't this. Was it the Romans? Or was it? Hold on. You know what I'm saying? No, bro. No, go figure it out for yourself. We stay with what we need to know to get us through what we gotta go through. Hey, we ain't got time to be trying to share it with y'all, man. We should have been getting it while the getting was good, man. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. You know?
Yep, and whoever's 11 hours gonna be the 11th hour, you know?
Right.
All fighting for the same penny, you know? That's a whole different ball game right there.
Right.
Because we won't have them to come in.
Yeah.
The Lord got it all mapped out, and it's all mapped out already. So that's gonna happen how it's gonna happen.
Yep.
You even gonna have 11-hour people who missiles might be in the air already headed over here. And the Lord's still gonna say because hey, he's part of the election.
Hey, cause it could be him. I don't know how long he think he's about to be walking around selling oils. Hey, people ain't buying that shit right now. You don't got no money for no damn oils. People trying to get toilet paper and shit. And look, bro, it's been 3 weeks already, and I'm still going to certain stores, and I'm not even looking for toilet paper, mind you, but the shelves are still empty. They're just still empty. Like, how are they still like? Why are people still doing this?
Still buying,
all the toilet paper, still just taking shit out. But then stores are not having the time to what? Having enough to restock for people. They're having just limited up. Here we only got 30 packs. Boom. That's it.
And one thing you notice too, because me and the bro we do the grocery delivery thing with the app, is people are buying a lot of comfort food, man. They're buying stuff to be comfortable. They're not buying things that's gonna last them. People trying to buy up all the eggs, try to buy up all the cheese, try to buy up all the meat.
Yep.
I'm like, well, it's gonna come a point where that stuff's gonna be obsolete. You know?
Yeah, because if the power grid goes down, so all that whole deep freeze is
Through.
Your ass gonna be having a massive cookout.
Quick. Oh well, wait a minute. You ain't got no charcoal, no lighter wood, and all that. You good? But then
wait a minute, you do that, and if you ain't in no particular area, and then if you ain't got no weapons,
You gonna get got.
you gonna get got.
Oh, they gonna get me.
Oh, they go.
They gonna get me. You smell that? Let's go get them niggas. It's over with.
you drawing attention to yourself, bro. What?
Hey, you roll through the neighborhood,
Bro.
you can smell just the charcoal to get
Oh,
hungry.
goodness.
You be like, damn, I want some barbecue, bro.
What?
You don't even smell the meat yet. You just smell like a charcoal grill going, boy. I need some of that.
It's gonna be bad, man.
Yep.
Like they gonna be there before the charcoal's fully lit.
What we eating tonight?
Yo, oh goodness. They might just take the whole thing and move up. I mean, come up in the crib, take the grill and everything, man. I mean, but that's what's happening, man. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that come. These are things that people don't want to deal with or think about. Oh, it ain't gonna get that bad. Okay. All right. Yo, you thought the somebody get some. Can somebody get some of the famine? Can you get the famine? Oh my goodness. Can you get the one in Ezekiel where they was rationing out food? Just type in give back measure. They had to eat by measure. You got
I
one
got
there, bro.
something. Yeah, 2 Ezra 15:19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So like the bro was just saying, man, it's gonna be a lack of bread, and you gonna be a target. You're gonna be a target, man. All the stuff you've been storing up, you ain't gonna be able to hold that off, man. It's gonna be mobs of people trying to get food, man. People gonna band together like you saw in that movie Book of Eli, where they had that whole community of people, and they would send out the raiders. The raiders would go jack shit. They was using women as bait. They was robbing folks and bringing it back to the community, man. We found another book today, whatever that dude's name was. We found some meat, whatever it is, man. We found a new woman that we can use as a barter tool.
Hey, you're gonna have people eating each other, man.
Hell yeah.
You're gonna have cannibalism, like you saw in that movie, Eli. Right?
Yep.
They ain't got no food. People gonna be eating their children,
Yeah.
right? And that's in the scriptures, man.
Little old lady and that man was trying to eat people, man.
Hey, bro, get it, bro. I'll get this one. Get it in Deuteronomy. Because that's what the Lord said. And that's it. That multiple times in the scriptures that how people should be eating each other, bro. And like, it might seem crazy now, like, man, people ain't gonna resort to that. Okay, go. You know how to really go 2 weeks without eating? I ain't been 2 weeks without eating. I mean, I did a few days. You know what I'm saying? But and even that, but I wasn't as easy as you think it is. So 2 weeks, I gotta secure it. Yeah. So imagine not eating for 2-3 weeks, bro. Like literally. Hey, but we ain't got. Hey, we met the Lord. We ain't got to worry about that because guess what? The Lord says what? My servants shall eat. So we gonna get fed in them times. Who was that? Was that Elijah or Elisha that got fed by that raven?
Yeah, by the ravens.
By the raven. The Lord brought us some bread or something.
The ravens brought him meat, and then brought him meat. He found a woman who also fed him.
Yeah, so we can be fed, man. You know what I'm saying? We can be took care of, so we ain't gotta worry about that, bro. We don't have to worry about how these people. We might go a day or two without eating, but it is what it is. But the Lord gonna take care of us. Believe that. The Lord gonna take care of us. All this food, people storing up. Hey, that's food for us, man. Lord willing, we be the elect. That's food right for us, bro.
Yeah, they prepping for the elect,
That's
man.
all. That's all. You may stumble in the woods or stumble at a crib. You might fall. Like, fuck, I done fucked up my leg. You done found the whole stash. Oh, shit. The water y'all about to see me, I was shot. Whole stash right there.
Coming across a plant, you recognize, I can eat this. I remember seeing this in a book.
Yeah.
That's a blueberry. I know what that is.
Sure.
Those are grapes.
Yeah, you got different brothers that's in the herbs and trees and stuff like that, man. Like the sap from the tree, you can eat that, man.
Yep, you might have a brother with you that can identify certain things. Know how to process things, You never know. Ezekiel 4:13. And Yahweh said, Even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles.
And that's what we're doing right now. We eating our defiled bread among the Gentiles. We eating GMO food. We eating all this food that's complete garbage, man. Food that's destroying our body, man. You know what I'm saying? This food that's not giving us our proper nutrients. It's not really doing anything for us. It's just, we're just eating. You know what I'm saying? For the taste or to, you know, to live. You know, it's not really giving us the properties that our body truly needs. That's why when we eat, we get hungry. And it wasn't like that in ancient time, bro. You was eating, you was nice and full, you was energized. You eat now, you be tired, man.
Sleepy as hell.
You know what I'm saying? Don't get what your woman didn't eat. Oh,
Oh, you through?
oh, you. I mean, you done.
Nap time.
Nap time, man.
Go to sleep.
Ezekiel 4 and 13 again, and Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat the defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them.
Yeah, wherever we gonna go, we gonna do some bullshit, man. See?
Then said I, Lord power, behold, my soul have not been polluted, for from my youth up even till now have I not eaten of that which died of itself, or is torn in pieces, neither came there abominable flesh into my mouth. So wait a minute. Let me see. This is the point.
That it?
This is the point in verse 16. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment, that they may want bread and water, and be astonished one with another, and consume away for their iniquity.
And that's what's gonna happen, man. Oh, whoa. That's already happening right now. Food rationings in different cities. There was this one shelter, or not a shelter, but this one place that gives out food. She said they usually see what, 300 families a week or something like that. She said now she's seeing thousands of families a week, and they said they only got enough food to last until next week. So, hey, how you doing, bro? How you doing, bro? That's right, bro. That's right. So that's what's going to be happening. There's only going to be food. There's not going to be enough food for everyone to eat. You know what I'm saying? So what happens next week when they run out of different food rationings? What happens then? So now our people ain't going to have a chance to eat. So imagine the 300 people that was just going on a regular. They just got gypped out of their stuff because everybody else had to come get some. So now they can't go get their regular, say they already had it prepared in their mind, like, this week we're gonna go get this amount, or that next week we're gonna go get this amount. Well, it's gone now. So now they gonna have to eat and measure, or if they don't eat and measure, then what happens? Shit gets messed up. Because now, look at this. Let's be real, our people love to eat. So now our kids is out of school. What do they want to do all day? Eat. So it means you have to spend money to feed them. And now a lot of people are unemployed. And no money's coming in right now. So if you're not eating it by measuring it in a particular way, well, you're going to run out. Hella fast. So then what happens? And don't let them cut food stamps. Oh my God.
2 of their meals was being covered by the school system.
Right. And then, that's another good point.
That's been replaced with all you now.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were just barely making it with the school thing covering.
Right.
Because of their different expenses. Now, oh man, I've been hearing all type of people on the phone with their money troubles, man. Causing art between a husband and wife, complaining about the kids being home all day, having to eat up all the food. And they already don't rule over their children like they should. So the kids just in the fridge all day, man.
Yeah, and then right? And I ain't knocking food stamps, you know what I'm saying? And Esau Edom, believe it or not, Esau Edom collects the most food stamps. He's a complete devil. But he puts it out there like our people do, but it's really him. But what I'm saying is this: the lack of discipline that our people have with the food